Got the 2014 Nissan Titan. Just to give you a little background on this truck, it came out in 2004 and that year won Truck of the Year. So what happens when a truck wins Truck of the Year? It means it's got the coolest style, and believe it or not, this style happens to be timeless. Even now, even though the truck came out in 2004, it still competes head-to-head with all the vehicles that are on the market and outsells a lot of them. They have to continually revamp theirs. Nissan just put a product on the market that was good for a long time. So I just want to start at this one and go underneath the hood of the vehicle. I'm going to show you the power plant of this vehicle. So this is the 5.6 liter V8 engine. So this engine's awesome for low-end torque, great for towing, great passing power on the highway, produces 317 horsepower and 385 foot-pounds of torque. Now, what is that? That's just a couple of numbers. What do they mean? It means you have the power to be able to pull something, especially that torque rating. 385 foot-pounds of torque is a lot of torque. It enables this truck to be able to pull 9,200 pounds of payload. That means you can pull a big 25, 30-foot holiday trailer, no problem. You don't have to get a diesel engine or anything like that to go camping. The other nice thing about this technology, Nissan's Japanese and they're the foremost leader with their technology, it produces 80% of its torque at 1,000 RPM. That's just below idle. That means this vehicle has to be barely running to get 80% of its torque, whereas other manufacturers have their engines torque curve around the 4,000 or 5,000 RPM. It means you really have to spend a lot of gas in order to get the same power you do out of this truck. So that's our engine here. Just coming alongside of the vehicle. So this happens to be the SL model. This vehicle comes in 4 different trims. You can get it in an S package, an SV, a Pro 4X, and an SL. So everything from a more basic model with power windows and power locks all the way up to our full load trim where you see extra bits of chrome and 20-inch wheels. Just a really nice product. Now this vehicle is really nice for towing, as I mentioned before, and one of those features that's nice on it is trailer tow mirrors. So these pull out, now you have extensions. You don't have to go to Capit and buy those $60, $70 extensions that slide on and wreck your paint. These ones just pull out nicely. Also, if you want to come around to this side of the mirror, I'll show you. There's actually 2 different pieces in the mirror. One that you can aim anywhere you want for pulling a trailer. You can aim it wider or down at the ground. And then the top part that you can adjust from inside electronically, which is also heated. So on those mornings when we get a lot of fog and ice, you can just turn that on and those will melt off. I don't know if you've ever had a mirror that wasn't heated before, but it's really hard to reach over to the passenger side and scrape it off. So these slide right back in and look really nice when you're not using them for towing. Inside the vehicle, so every available amenity, just a beautiful interior, really well suited for a lot of people, very comfortable drive for a long way. You've got captain's chairs and you've got an armrest on this side, and then on this side of the door they did something really smart and they made the armrest at the equal height. So when you're sitting, both arms can lay flat and you're very comfortable, less fatigue for long drives. This leather is very, very soft and very durable, so it's obviously nice to sit on, and then it just wears really well over the years. You've got a power seat here, lots of adjustment as well as power lumbar, and you also have memory seating. So you can set this for driver 1 and driver 2. It sets not only the seat but the mirrors as well. So if you get in, you set it to one way, you've got really long legs, then your spouse gets in, they've got short legs, they can just hit the button 1 or 2 and go to the settings. It also has easy exit, so that means the seat goes all the way back. So when you get in, you start the truck, it goes to the settings that you want it to. Then when you turn it off, it goes all the way out. So if you're a short person, it goes all the way out and lets that taller person get in next time. Just coming around to the back of the cab here, I'm going to show you how much space this vehicle has. It has a ton of space. Now, space, even if you don't have kids, is great. If you do have kids, it's even better. If you go to Costco and you buy a big box of groceries, you can put these seats up. You can put it down on the ground. Now you've got an awesome spot to store that. Now, let's say you go to Safeway and you just buy a little bag of groceries. Maybe you got a watermelon or some eggs in it. You actually have a couple of hangers on the back of that seat right there. You can hang your bag of groceries so that watermelon's not rolling around the back of your truck. Just another great idea from Nissan. Coming around the back of the box. So this box, it is a truck and they put a lot of time and effort in thinking, what are people going to like when they have the box of a pickup truck? The first thing they notice is that kids like to come and grab hold of tailgates and then they slam down and they can cause injury or damage to your tailgates. The first thing Nissan did is made a soft dropping tailgate. So that just has a hydraulic assist and it drops down really nice and smooth, as well as for picking up. If you're not super strong or you have a disability, pick it up with literally 2 fingers. So it's really lightweight and the hydraulic assist helps out for both opening and closing. Then in the back, they put little cargo lights, and you might think that's not a very great thing. What's those little lights for? Well, we get about 12 hours of darkness a day here in Grande Prairie in the wintertime. So at night, if you have to come to the back of your truck, it's really nice to have that extra illumination. They also have another light up top there, known as the cargo light. You can turn that on or off from the cab, and that's also a nice touch for a little bit of illumination. And then the box liner is standard. One of the only trucks out there with a standard box liner. Why do we like a standard box liner? Because it's sprayed from factory. There's no chance of dust, dirt, any kind of particle getting in before it's put into the truck. So it's going to last longer, and it's done right the first time. They also have tie downs so that you can secure all your stuff. They have an ISOFlex system, so that's these rails that you see on the side and the back of the box there, and on the bottom too. And they've got caps that slide off, and they come with 4 heavy-duty cleats. So these anchors can be situated anywhere you want in the back of the truck or in the bottom of the truck for tying down heavy loads. This is also a new feature that is added last year, a full-on inverter in the box of the pickup. Inverters are awesome. Why is that awesome? Maybe you've got a generator. Maybe you have a cordless drill you'd like to charge the batteries to. Maybe you go to Canadian Tire and you get one of those coolers with a fan built in it so that when you go to the lake, your stuff's cold and you don't have to ice it down by the time you get there. It's just really nice, ingenious thoughts from them again. Just going to close this up. So on the back of our truck, we do have a really nice backup camera. That feature comes standard on SV models and up. Talk about backing up and hooking up a trailer without having to get in a fight with someone else. I know that never happens between spouses. They never have one person trying to guide another person, yelling, screaming, all that kind of stuff that never is fun. So now you can just back straight up. It's got guidance lines. It's in a great spot. It stays really clean. You don't get a lot of road dust up there. They also put a new spoiler on the back of the tailgate. What does this do? Adds a little bit of aerodynamics to it. They've decreased the drag on the truck, so when you're going down the highway, you get about 2-3 miles to the gallon better. Who doesn't like to save money in gas? Also, with the backup camera, you have backup sensors. So you get too close to a curb or something like that, and sometimes this does get dirty. The audible sensors are going to let you know by a beeping sound that you're getting close to an object. You've got a Class 4 hitch on here, great for that 9,200 pound towing capacity. So all you have to do is literally go get a ball and a receiver and you're ready to go with this truck. You got the wiring, you got the hitch, bam, you're good. Just coming along to this side of the truck, you notice on the SL model you do have standard chrome running boards. They are great. Titans are just that, a Titan, so they're high off the ground. A couple of our models do not come with running boards, but a lot of people really like to put them on. We equip almost all our trucks with them, and this model comes standard, so getting in and out's a breeze. I'm going to show you the back of this side again. I know we looked at the other side, but I just want to point out a couple other features. One of them, when I fold this seat up, is in the back here you've got cup holders and you have another inverter. So just like the back of the truck, you have a full 120 plug. With that 120 plug, you could charge an iPhone, a laptop, whatever you want, really. It's just nice to have a power outlet that's not 12 volt that you might have to get an inverter for or something like that. So obviously, children ride in the back of things often. They've always got different devices, iPads, iPods, tablets of all sorts. Just coming around to the front of the truck. So I'm going to show you a couple of things. If you want to just jump in the passenger seat, I'm going to go jump in the driver's seat. That's usually where I like to end up so that I can take us for a drive off the lot. So inside the truck, this is the SL model and it comes with a whole bunch of options. I'm just going to start at the top here and work my way down. So this is an electrochromatic mirror. What's that fancy term mean? It means this mirror is going to dim if somebody shines their lights in from the back of us. So you get that person at night that doesn't like to turn their brights off, comes up behind you, this is automatically going to dim and you're not going to be blind. It's also got HomeLink garage door openers. So what are HomeLink garage door openers? They can be programmed with your home garage door so that you can open and close it. You might think, but I already have a switch that I can use. Yes, but the battery can go dead in the switch that came with your home. The battery will never go dead in these. So they always have the same consistent power and you can always open your garage door from the same distance away. It also has a compass built in right in here when the vehicle is powered up. And if you don't like any of these features, you can turn the mirror off. Then just coming down, we've got a navigation system. This is the best navigation system on the market. Why is it so awesome? Well, let me tell you, it's powered by Google. Anybody out there that doesn't know what Google is probably should go back to their cave. Google is a great search engine, and not only a great search engine, but it has a get directions feature that really makes it easy to find places. You can Google West Edmonton Mall, you can hit get directions, then you can use the option send a car, and it'll send that map right to your navigation system. So no need for fumbling around with addresses or trying to find things. Literally look it up on your smartphone, go to Google, send directions, send a car, you're done. It also has XM satellite radio with hundreds of channels, so you can listen to those on long drives. AM, FM, CD, auxiliary, so again, something to plug your smartphone in. You can charge your smartphone with that USB connection or listen to your device. And then you have a whole variety of menus for going through different display options and things like that. Coming down, we have dual climate control, so we have driver and passenger climate control. No more fighting over who's hot and who's cold. And it has an auto setting. So if you set it to 22 degrees, which is room temperature, you press auto, the fan is going to come on or off as it needs to, and so is the heat. If it's really cold outside, it'll full blast. If it's really hot outside, the AC will come on and cool you down. Really smart, nice feature. Down here, lots of storage, and then a whole bunch of buttons down here. So we've got a high and a low setting for your heated seats. Really nice in our climate. You've got a tow mode. That's going to activate the auxiliary transmission cooler. So when you're towing, it's going to just beef up all your transmission fluids and change the shift points in the transmission a little bit, give you a little extra torque. And then this is the on-off switch for those inverters I showed you in the back seat in the box of the truck. So this inverter is really handy, but just for children's safety, so you don't have somebody accidentally shoving something in there that they shouldn't be, you can turn it on and off from here. Coming through here, this is our automatic transmission, and this is actually something a lot of people don't understand. They're like, it looks kind of funky, why doesn't it just go straight back? This is called a gated shifter. So what that means is that if somebody gets in here, they can't accidentally bump it back. You actually have to consciously put your foot on the brake, take it out of park, and then slide it over. Notch it back, notch it over, notch it back. It's really not that difficult once you get used to it, but it really is a nice safety feature. The transmission's also a 5-speed transmission, so you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and drive. Lots of cup holders in this truck. These are removable, dishwasher. You spill something in here. Nobody ever spills anything in their truck, I know, but should it happen, you can take these out, throw them in the dishwasher, clean them, and you're good to go. In here, a great big spot to put all kinds of stuff, but one of my favorite things is if you get a big coffee from like Tim Hortons or something like that, doesn't fit in those two cup holders up here, you can open up this little tab and you can put a giant coffee right there. Really nice. Then we have some storage. So this isn't for the passenger, obviously they can't see, it's a little secret compartment for the driver. It opens up and it's built to fit a laptop or tablet. It's the perfect dimensions for that. And then it does have that USB and auxiliary inputs in there. So you can literally put your tablet in here. If it's loaded with music, plug it in, close this down and play, and you don't have to worry about it. Going on the instrument cluster here, so we've got some really nice chrome touched gauges. You've got tachometer, you've got engine temperature, battery life, fuel gauge and speedometer, as well as your coolant temperature down there. There's also a little computer in here that tells you a bunch of readouts from everything from how long your truck's been running to the outside temperature to your average fuel economy. Just a nice little readout for you. Now you've got your wipers and your lights all in convenient spaces. This is actually a new steering wheel they've done this year. Really nice leather wrapped steering wheel with all your volume controls right at your thumb touches and your cruise control here. The only other features this truck has that I haven't really shown you, and it's a little hard with the camera, is we've got power adjustable pedals down here and you can turn your backup sensors off. Other than that, there's definitely a host of things that this truck has mechanically that we could spend years and years going over, but that's basically the 2014 Nissan Titan. So there you go.